Okay, so before we start this, please remember this is a beta build. Anyway, here we go. Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Try Decisive Campaigns Barbarossa. Alright, so we are playing the Russians. And I would love to watch the video below, but I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to skip the manual for the time being. I've actually received the manual, but I'm going to see how far I can get into the game without actually touching the manual. Totally blind. Should prove to be quite exciting. Alright, so we did our pre-war turn stuff. I don't think we can maneuver anything, move any stuff. And I'm quite sure... Yeah, we're facing crap. But we'll see. We focused ourselves on defending Moscow, so the center is where we are going to be defending from. I'm gonna zoom out for a second. Which is... we should be... Where is it? Where's Moscow? Here it is. There we go. Alright, Moscow. Stalingrad down here. Yeah, we're gonna have an awesome time. Kursk. So the... Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna exit the pre-war sort of pre-phase. And your turn. Yes, I am quite sure. And see how things get along. Here we go. So the Germans are going to be doing their stuff, I think. AI initialization taking place now. Here we are. Okay. All kinds of stuff happening now. Yeah, they're maneuvering and they're attacking, I guess. Yeah, they are attacking. They are attacking quite heavily. Grodno apparently fell. That's bad. Those units are being threatened. Okay, defender stood firm. So this is going really, really quickly, I have to say. Okay. Yeah, this is it's taking the steps to sort of, yeah, they're already trying to enclose my troops there, and I'm afraid we're going to lose some troops. Very likely we are. And Totenkopf is actually beating the shit out of me there. Okay, that one is isolated. That's bad. That is a bad thing. I'm sort of assuming it plays in a similar way as most hex-based war games that I've played so far. Okay, those troops are crushing through my cavalry here. And they're gonna push on Bialystok. And we actually had to retreat from that town. That is bad. Wow, this is going really, really quickly. And they've already pushed through here in the center, it looks like. Wow, this is challenging. I'm already seeing some interesting situations here that we are going to have to deal with. There we are. Now, round events. Oh, lovely, that little drum. Alright, let's see what we get. Zhukov currently at Stavka, so he's with me. Got a travel card. One of the two roving troubleshooters. So Zhukov's function is to primarily kick backsides and make things happen. By moving him card to any HQ, front or army, a range of officer action cards, units display next picture to become available. These will vary depending on the type of HQ. Zhukov isn't represented by an on-map counter, but by a status icon. The unit display adjacent to the name is shown if he's present at a particular HQ, and his location is represented on a number of reports at the camp and daily staff log. Khrushchev, I guess it's the same kind of... Yeah, it's the same kind of guy. Okay, so Khrushchev and Zhukov are not commanders that actually have a counter, but we can move them to wherever shit gets bad. Paranoia level is 0. Wow, that's interesting. They actually calculated Stalin's paranoia in this game. Paranoia level reflects the possibility of the Soviet officer corps launching a coup. It's not an absolute threat, but one that Stalin perceives exists against him. Coup didn't actually happen historically, nor will they in the game, but if a paranoia level rises too high, Stalin may well suffer a paranoid episode. Cool. The paranoia level can never fall below 0. It represents a percentage chance of a paranoid episode occurring each turn. A more detailed breakdown can be found on the paranoia summary report. Okay, so we'll see what happens if that happens. Front priority. Designating a front priority will materially improve the chances of all armies within the front activating each turn. Okay, so staff time and resources will be allocated to the front in preference to the others. Prioritize front action card under command to send a message to the entire Soviet army. This is where you want the main effort to be focused. I think I know. Only one front can have priority at a time, so this can be changed at any time at increasing cost. Okay. Voroshilov at -9 threat. Each front is located by marshal. As relevant to the front HQ, like army commanders, marshals are part of particular type. Apparatchik, which largely determines their initiative and threat levels. A marshal's initiative level acts as a global modifier for the activation chances of all armies within their front. Okay. You have the ability to change the marshals by moving Commissar Khrushchev to their front HQ and playing the relevant officer card. Okay. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. That was my wife leaving. She has a night shift. So, if I'm reading this right, initiative level acts as a global modifier. Timoshenko is the only one with 0, so he has sort of neutral initiative. These guys have -8 and -10 initiative. Basically, they're not gonna do much right now. Voroshilov is a toady. So I don't know what a toady means. Probably he likes turtling or something. I don't know. Loyal soldier. He's very loyal. He's gonna try and hold the center here for us. And Budeni is a war buddy. So basically, we fought together. He's not gonna let me down if something goes down. North Army fully activated. 0 partially. 7 didn't. Okay, what's this? Soviet command and control was significantly below that the well-oiled Wehrmacht. To represent this, each army has to take a role each turn to determine its level of activation. Different levels of providing amounts of action points. A number of factors influence this. You can find a detailed breakdown in the 3 front activation reports. Reorganizing the command structure, action card under command is vital to improving the overall activation chances and can be done a number of times, as Stalin was forced to do historically. Okay, so we may have to look into that. And what you're hearing in the background possibly is my child coughing. I've got the little baby phone thing here. I'm sure he'll be fine. Okay, 4 didn't, 0 partially. Okay, they're all fully activated. That's positive. 7 units didn't, 4 didn't, and 7 didn't. I'm just gonna check on my son, I guess. Now things are quiet again. Okay, so let's see. What's this? Offensive posture, 3 are neutral. So everyone's going offensive, apparently. The high cost of changing to defensive posture reflects Stalin's reluctance to face reality. It can be reduced by playing the Admit Crisis action card each time the card is played, and the cost of changing into a defensive posture is permanently lowered. Okay. We may have to play that card, because shit is going down. It's going down quick. Especially here in the middle. This is relatively okay. I'm not too worried about this front here, but the center and north are taking the brunt of the German attack right now. Is that correct? Or is that just the south? No. Actually, the south also is also having some issues. I could have a look at the let's look look at this. Offensive north. Okay, okay. Posture. Operations. I'm gonna have a look. Fortifications. Can only build in any plains. So we could consider doing that. Conscription garrison any minor city without. Okay. Commands. There we go. Admit crisis might actually be a very good point right now. I don't know. Prioritize front though. Where is the biggest crisis right now? I say here in the middle. I'm not sure. There's no big holes here. The southern front though is having a bit of an issue. Exhort victory. Be a rousing victory speech that will be promulgated throughout Mother Russia and will solve to inspire all here into greater effort. Yeah, well, change orders. Order reinforcements to arrive at the front of your choosing. What's our biggest issue? Let's just close the cards for a second and have a look. This could turn out to be very, very bad. Can I... Yeah, I cannot actually manually control this. So, this is the 6th Army under Muchichenko. Muchichenko is in trouble, it looks like. He's against the Viking motorized division, so that's a thing. Yeah, he's not feeling too well. He's got units all over the place though. Let's order him. Let's give him an order. He's sort of surrounded, but yet there's troops here that are not surrounded, including tank units. I think I'm gonna give him the order to go defensive. I don't know. Should we go defensive here? Is that wise in any way? Yeah, let's go for defensive bonus on him. If we can. Can we do that? Is that even an option? No. We can't. How many points do we have? Action points 0. Or no, that's penalties. Action point penalties. Can we not play this card? Why not? Dude, why? Neutral center, neutral south, offensive south. Defensive south not gonna happen. Order the army to adopt a neutral posture. So right now it's all defensive. That's what I'm seeing here. So let's play that card for the 6th Army. Go neutral. We have been instructed by my staff to reconfigure the army to a neutral posture. Normal or offense and defense. This will take approximately 4 days and will involve an unavoidable measure of disruption. Yeah, I'm doing that. And I'm gonna also say offensive south for the 26th Army. Or rather, who's commanding these troops? Yes, cannot play card. Damn it. Okay. Oh, everyone's gonna go offensive anyway, so it's not really that much of an issue, I guess. 4th Army. Is that in the center? Yeah, it is. You are centered, aren't you? Okay. Play card for the 4th Army. There we go. You're gonna go neutral. Do it. We're gonna try and hold the line. The 11th Army. That one is pretty damn important. They're up against Totenkopf. So the defensive north. I want to go offensive. All offensive on you. Yeah, you've got tank units, dude. 11th Army. Cannot play card. They're basically already doing offensive, so that's the thing. 8th Army. 8th Army. Let's go for neutral north on the 8th Army. And yeah. There we are. They're gonna reconfigure and try and sort of tone down a little bit. There we go. So we've done that. No idea what it's gonna do. The rest of them is just gonna go forward and assault operations. So fortifications. It would be a good idea to have 1 or 2 units actually fortify the front. This southwestern unit here at whatever the flip it's called. They're gonna deal with a lot of stuff, including an SS division. So it might be a good idea to play this card for the southwestern area. Oh, is that's how that works. Okay. I think it's Turlepor? Yes? I cannot play card. Why not? Dude, why? I can't? No fortifications possible. Oh, well. Don't know either then. Troubleshooters. Yes. Want Zhukov. Store order here in the center at the... Or no, at the 11th army. Play card. I want you at the 11th army, dude. There we are. You're gonna take that. And basically the 4th army also needs it. The 5th army. They're in trouble. Play card. Go for the 5th army. Go. You're gonna take control there, and it's probably there's a percentage chance that works. Apparently, I think I saw 36% at that last thing. Okay, well, release the Tsarists. Why would we release them? Oh, to replace an existing marshal. Okay. Oh boy, improved activations and communications. We can still do that. Prioritize front. Cannot play this card apparently. Don't have the PP. Where is my PP? I have 6 PP. Okay. I could order a no retreat thing, but I could release the Tsarists. But that's not useful right now. So let's just stick with this. Let's see how well we do. Alright. I actually want this group to move. Group move units. Can we do that? And then is that all they moved? Really? I was like, what? No way. Okay, let's see if we can move these tanks. Ah, this is how it works. Alright. And do we have anyone else who can move? Yeah, we got these guys. They're like, oh, this is how it works. Great. Good job. Let's see if we can move you. Just you. Single unit. There we go. Yeah. Okay, we're moving everyone forward now. There we go. There we go, we're moving all of those units to the front. This is how this works. Great. So let's see if we can organize things in such a way. We better move that back. You can't move, which is a shame. That's gonna cost us, I'm afraid. Can we tell them to attack as well? Move unit, report status. If we move them, can we? No. No. We'll have to wait for them to actually do something. I guess they need to attack. That's I guess what they're doing. These are panzer units. I don't like that one bit. This is a motorized unit. Oh yeah. Okay. We need to close this gap, gents. Come on. Or form a new line with these swamps towards us. Which is kind of a disconcerting thing, really. I guess we should move you back. Yeah. Sort of strengthen things around here. Let them come. Let them come. Okay, that's the garrison here. I honestly don't want them to do this. We've got tanks here. I like that. That is a good thing. We need these guys to maneuver themselves into our AO. Area of operations. Right, Pavlov. Time to get into that house of yours. That's a tank unit. Go. Get our tank units moving. There we go. They're on a road. Apparently on the road they are able to move faster. Kinda makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. Alright, let's go. Out of Minsk and into the frying pan. Vilnius, that's not their area of operations, and then therefore they cannot move there. That's annoying. Oh my, I did not intend to do that, but alright. We have a tank unit here. Oh my, no, not just this tank unit. Can we move this single tank unit? Or we can only move it back, apparently. We've lost control of that city. That is bad. That is very bad. Alright, Tottenham Cup is here. That's kind of worrying. We'll counter that with some tanks. We'll leave this line here for the time being. New guys need to move towards the front. I'm not quite sure. Well, okay, we might actually end up getting a naval invasion at Riga. That's possible. Let's see. Yeah, you won't move. You can still move. It's a good thing too. Now we could do something wild and press in between these units, but I don't want to. I think I'm gonna keep that unit right here. What about you? You still move? What about you? Can you still move? Just you, as in just a tank unit. Can we? What did I do? Oh God, I maneuvered something without noticing. Yeah, there's tanks here. Let's make sure we can stop them. Not quite sure what I did there. Whatever works, you know. That tank unit can still go. Tank units to move forward. Do we have anything to close this gap at Vilnius? It doesn't look that way. Vilnius will be in trouble quite badly. And there will be a gap in our line towards Vilnius, and they're gonna exploit it. Unless we manage to stop these guys right here, right now. I'm hoping we can do that. Can we maneuver you out of here? Is that in any way possible? Let's close the line at least. I know the supply line is being threatened, but what choice would we have, honestly? Where can we move you? Because this is... Yeah, we can move you out of that pocket and into a more strengthening position there. That will work. Okay, those tanks should be able to maneuver themselves. Okay. No, that's actually not bad. Go for that. That is not bad at all. Okay. Let's have a little armored fist operation here. Here we go. And in we go. reinforce that position. This is the only gap here. It's the only gap that we have to worry about. These guys are in bad shape though. Retreating 50% chance. Yeah, that would make sense. I think that's a chance of retreat. Plus 40%. They're good in good defensive positions for sure. I'm really not sure. Attacking, not so well. Or is that attack and defense? I don't know. What is what? We'll find out soon enough. I guess it's the defense value, the second value. Can't tell. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What we could consider doing. No retreats. We don't have the points to actually raise an army at Vilnius, otherwise I would have. That would have been real useful right now. He's reorganizing his shit. Which you've got a tank unit there, really? You've got a full tank unit there? Okay. Can you still move that? Perfect! Oh my god, totally yes! Move there. You need to hold that position. I was like, wait a second! So yeah, it's gonna cost them trying to push through here, which is good. Not all of these units are actually in bad shape, I think. Let's get this infantry unit here. Tell it to... Can we tell it to move in? Yeah, we can. We can actually move in there. Okay. It's gonna be okay. Yeah, well, relatively speaking. Let's see if we can move this particular one unit onto the army here, just to reinforce them, and get the tank units, this one, to move itself. Can we get it to move in there? No? Yes? Maybe? No. It's fine. We're alright. I'm confident that we'll be fine. This unit though needs a little bit of reinforcing. Maybe we can maneuver it over here. There we go. So now we've got somewhat more defensive positions here in the forest, which is... A forest is always good to defend from, so... I am just talking out of my ass. I have no idea how this is going to end. This could be our undoing right here. I'm not sure how that's going to end. Let's see what happens if we turn over the turn and say, okay, this is it. You sure you want to end your turn? Yes. Oh boy. Oh joy. Oh boy. I'm going to see how well Germany does. Quite honestly, I don't know if we can... we can handle ourselves here. And more units being pushed back. That makes sense. I was expecting that. Just moving. Now they're moving around. I guess we get to attack in the next turn or something. Is that it? That'd be super awesome. Okay, attacker was... Oh, they actually are attacking us. Okay. Not quite sure how this is gonna go down, but it looks like they are pushing into our area at Rovno. And... Oh, Kaunas is gonna fall. Yep, Kaunas just fell. Good idea, reorganizing that position, Cucumber. Dumbass. Now the enemy has that position across the river. Oh boy. We're being totally mangled up in the north. And here I was thinking we could reorganize shit. Attacker was victorious. Damn it. Yeah, this game is kicking my ass right now. Look at that. Defender stood firm. Okay. Attacker was victorious. Yeah, they're pushing through the center and the north as I expected. And they've just eliminated a tank group there. Fuck. Oh man, this is not going the way I wanted it to go. 9th Army, hold the freaking line, you morons. Oh. They've eaten us alive. They are eating us alive. doing so well. We need to retreat to that river. And, well, I guess we have to retreat to Minsk. Holy shit. This is not good. I wonder what kind of cars if we're gonna get any new cars. That would be nice. Like reorganizing with more tank units. Better tank units. And better infantry would be nice as well. But I fear the worst. Okay. Oh boy. If the opposition refuses to disarm, we shall disarm it ourselves. Yes. Excellent, Joseph. Zhukov has arrived at the army HQ 16 hours northeast. Okay, they've arrived, so they're getting their butt-kicking tools out. Khrushchev as well, northeast of Lvov. 2 divisions failed to deploy. Great. 2 armies HQ are waiting deployment. Cool. Paranoia level is still at 0. No front currently has priority. That's gonna change. Okay. Timoshenko still doing okay. Voroshilov still doing shit. And Budynia is still doing shit. Fully activated. 1 partially, 2 partially, 1 partially. Okay, nice. Offensive posture, neutral, reorganizing. North. Offensive posture, 1 reorganizing. Okay. Joy. This is gonna be interesting. Let's see what we have here. Command. Oh, let's see. The northern front is in trouble. The southern front, well, we're retreating, but this is okay still. I'm not too worried about that. I think we're gonna have to prioritize the front. In the north. How many points? 16. That's not a much. That's actually very, very little. Command. Troubleshooters. Reinforcements. Free reinforcements. Deploy the 21st Army HQ to the central front. Play that card, baby. And then we need to select a hex where we can deploy them. We can totally deploy them near Kaunas, I think. Play cards. You can consider my headquarters to be fully operational while I wait the arrival of my subordinates' divisions. Lieutenant Garish. Okay, great. And then we're gonna do the same here, and it's gonna be in the southern end of our area. Near Vilnius? I guess near Vilnius. Vilnius would be the best way to do it. Vilnius is actually the northern end. Okay. Not Lvov. No, Vilnius is actually not that bad. We'll do that. There we go. We're gonna totally do that. There we go. Okay. I guess we won't be playing any other cards right now. Because I need to consider all of this. All of that was happened to us here. God, I wish I could just crush these stupid Germans over here. But, well, we're not going to, are we? We are not going to. Okay. Basically what we need is to stop this army. And that's gonna be a difficult thing. Command. Okay. Score. Soviet score 106. German score 105. Difficulty 85. Okay. Soviet objective, save Moscow. Yes. Strategy unknown for the Germans. I have a feeling they are heading towards the north for some reason. I don't know, man. Maybe, you know. Okay, we're trying to reorganize around Vilnius. I guess we should try and turn all those units to the right here and sort of make a line here. I don't know. That would be a generally good idea. Can you still maneuver? Yes, you can. Good. You need to maneuver yourself this way. And quickly. There we are, trying to hold that line if we can. Good grief, man. Yeah, I'm not sure if we should move those. I'm actually quite uncertain about all of that. Unit info. That's the 22nd Army, 22nd... What kind of... Is that an HQ unit? Yes, it is. Great! You're exposed, you morons. Well, I suppose we could move the tanks north. Got that whole unit structure into the northern edge of town. Kind of. Yeah, that's where you belong. And it's not where this unit belongs at all. And you can't move. That's terrible. That is just terrible. Okay. You are a guy. Sure, cucumber. Call your units guys. That's totally gonna save them. Alright, let's keep them moving. As a group. Come on. The 2 units need to go and try and stop the enemy here. I'm really not sure how we're going to do that. If ever. It looks like they are actually doing... The problem is in the north. And it's not gonna go away. It's gonna get worse. Yes. Much worse. Okay. You need to be with your buddies. But you can't. Super! Let's see. Stop them. Stop them, comrades. We must stop the invasion of the fascists. I'm just gonna keep moving my soldiers toward the front and reinforcing that area. What else can I do, right? All of these units must go to front. And I'm wondering if the AI actually does any okay, so are they pushing in here or not? They might have actually done something to the south here as well. Huh. Well, it's all land, so hey man, that's all cool. We're just gonna maneuver ourselves back here. Bye. Fall back. Fall back. 9th Army. 9th Army should be falling. Okay, don't fall back then. Fine, don't do that. Just I guess we should move. This is not gonna go end well, I'm afraid. Crap. These Hungarians are attacking. Or are they Romanians? I think that's Romania. Yeah, Bucharest. Okay. And there's some Germans there as well. Great! We'll be just fine and dandy. Can we move any of them? Yeah, we can move them, but not across the river. Super! My favorites. Unable to move. I want them to... Can I order them to attack or anything? Is that something I can do? Are they not doing that? Retreat. Okay. If 100% this unit is ordered to fight the last man. It's now 50%, so it's sort of half-half. It's not gonna happen. Can we... See, that's the difficult thing if you're playing without the manual, which I will be reading for the next time. I suppose what we could try and do... Got a lot of tank units here, by the way. Huh. This is a good thing. Can we just tell them to attack? Is that, they have the offensive posture. Okay, nice. They have the neutral, or getting the neutral posture. They're sort of disorganized, and that's gonna cost us as well. And we can't move outside of that area. Okay. Sort of the frontline enemy zone of control thing. Okay. Hey man, that's all cool. I'm alright with that. There's no tanks here, but there is something that we need to fix here. Specifically, can we move this single unit into the gap here? We can. Great job. That will help. I'm sure it will help. I need you to move north. Sounds ridiculous, but that's what we need to do here. That tank unit is in the right spot, actually. Okay. Oh, we have a semblance of a front line. Get that tank unit up here. Move. I guess we need to protect the road more than anything. The road to Vilnius. If we are ever to stop these Germans from moving on our position, that's what we need to do. So, trying to create sort of a lure here for the Germans. Oh, we actually have tanks. That is nice. We have a tank unit here. We can totally... Oh yeah! Now you're telling me we can attack something. Is that even... Is that a... Okay. Is the only way you can attack by not maneuvering? Is that a trick thing? I'm gonna find out. Anyway, guys, I think that's it for this particular episode. I'm quite sure we're going to lose this scenario. But hey, did you expect anything else, honestly? We'll have to wait and see. So far, this is quite exciting, especially with the card game. I like that. Let's go for okay, we've got a nice little bit of the daily log. 2nd Tank Division has suffered breakdowns of 10 tanks. 5th Tank Division has suffered breakdowns of 10 tanks. Great job. 6th Cavalry has been reassigned to the Western HQ. Okay, super. Our own army has failed to activate. They simply didn't. Where are they? Which one is that? Poor communications, even poorer quality commanders. I guess what we should do is get the Voroshilov guy off. That's something. That's the card we can play. We can totally play that. There we go. We're gonna say authorize the release of Tsarist Marshal from the bowels of the Lubyanka prison, and get a difficult front marshal out of the way. And I think Voroshilov is the problem. So let's play that card. And he was in the north, right? Wasn't he? North. Yeah, he's a toady. Voroshilov. Get out of here. We're not having you anymore, man. Cannot play card. Cannot play card. Cannot play card. I don't want you to play card. I want you to... take command. Why not? Why can I not play this card, I wonder? Good God. This is terrible. They're not gonna they're gonna lose because some douchebag won't let go of his position. Reorganize command structure and let army better adapt to the current situation. We'll do this. Drastic steps has been taken to overhaul and streamline the Red Army command structure, although there is still room for improvement. Overall actions plus 10, previously 0. Chance of communication breakdowns reduced to 25%, previously 30%. There we go. Yay! And then our cost of points used go up. But hey, it might actually have a positive effect in this situation. Let's hope so. Anyway, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this series so far. Please do remember, this is a beta build. I'm gonna put it like in a sort of an intro thingy, very clearly stating that it is a beta of the game, not a released product yet. So I think I forgot to say that at the beginning. But I'll probably edit something in. Anyway, Thank you all for joining me. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like and or comment. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.